Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode here on the O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. I am your host, and we have a very interesting, kind of a different show. We're dealing with a pretty interesting topic from an entrepreneur that's in our community here. Many of you may know him, Craig Harper. He's author of the Manosphere on many different channels. But the brother has a very interesting business called www.tipsytulips.com, in which he deals with pastries that have alcoholic beverages. But we're not just talking to you about this particular situation. We want to talk about a unique situation that a lot of African American entrepreneurs that are men find themselves in the markets that they find themselves catering to because of certain situations with who spends money in Black communities. Is it Black men or is it Black women? Today, I'm talking to Craig Harper, who is, I believe he's a business partner in the business of tipsytulips.com. We wanted to talk about some of his struggles of being a Black male entrepreneur. Brother, thank you for coming on and talking to us about the situation tonight.
No problem. No problem. What's good with you, bro?
Man, shit, I'm doing all right, brother, but I'm definitely glad to have you on, man, to talk about this particular situation today.
Okay.
Craig, let me ask you a question, man. We most of us know you. You be on Angry Man's channel, BGS, my channel, stuff like that. But
Exactly.
let me talk to you about as far as your entrepreneurial background. Where you from? How did you get into certain situations, and where as far as where you are now?
Okay. I was born and raised in Gary, Indiana, and I spent most of my adult life on the south side of Chicago. I'm a welder by trade, so like most people in Gary, they pretty much work in Chicago. It's subway trains that come and come through Gary, come from Michigan City too, and it goes downtown Chicago. So a lot of people work downtown. My commute was a drive, and then I ended up buying a home on the south side. So I was there welding in the steel mills. And then a few years back, steel mill decided to move. They decided to go in another direction.
Mm-hmm.
So they was moving to Louisville, to Kentucky. And they gave us the option to take the buyout. Now I'm there like 15 years. So they gave us the option to take the buyout or we can move to Kentucky. But they was taking away the union. So it was going to be like a non-union facility. So that didn't work. I was just like, all right, I'll take the buyout. So I took the buyout and I'm like, all right, I got this money. I took the buyout, paid my house off. And I said, all right, I'm just going to move to Atlanta. I just moved down there. I got a couple of buddies down there. There's opportunities down there. So I bought a townhouse down here and just paid for it. And I bought a shell. So I got it furnished, put everything in it. And it was a new build. And I had some money left over. So one of my friends that was that's in my circle down here, she always made these cupcakes. She just like, if we had a party or like some kind of event, she would always, like official birthday, she would come to the birthday party with these cupcakes all the time.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn, all right, cupcakes, cupcakes are killer. So I'm asking her, like, what are you doing with this? What you doing? So she like, she'll do events here and there. And she's like, but I'm kind of busy, so I really don't have time to kind of just blow it up full blown. And seeing that we was cool, I'm like, let's do this. And so that's pretty much how I got into things down here from up there. Just a plant closing down, and then just communicating with one of my close partners down here. She just so happened to be a woman. So
Craig, let me ask you this. There are a lot of places, in America that you could have moved. Why did you pick Atlanta out of all places to move to?
Black people. Period. I mean, like you hear a lot of stuff about, we came down here a lot when we was growing up. everybody did from all over the country, just to party, freak, whatever. But when you move down here and you get into the nucleus of the city, it's not like what people say it is on the outside. I mean, it is, but it's not like any other place. As far as, as far as the gay stuff, the ratchet stuff, all this stuff just happened. It happened everywhere. It happened in Chicago. It happened everywhere.
Okay.
But it get glorified down here just because it's mostly black people. But I came down here because, I came down here because of us, pretty much. I just want to be around us.
Let me ask you this, because most people will say, Craig, like, being around African Americans, we are kind of apathetic. We don't kind of support in business and stuff like that. Did you have that in mind when you were coming to Atlanta? Because that has been the reputation of blacks, that we support other types of business, we don't support our own people. Did that come into your mind, or what was your thoughts about that?
I mean, I guess it did a little. I mean, you got this thing about nobody want to fail, nobody wants to fail at what they do. So yeah, you got that fear. But when I got down here and I got to moving around down here for real and just seeing what black people was doing, it was more, all right, I can do this. I can do this. More people, I can do this. And because, I mean, man, I was at the gym one day when I first moved down here, and I only been down here going on like 3 years. So I'm at the gym one day and I was working out with this dude, brother, and we chopping it up. I'm telling him what I do. I'm telling him about Tipsy Tulips. And I'm asking him, like, what you do? He was like, nah, man, I own a Chick-fil-A across the street. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and he looked, I said, man, how old are you? And he was like, I'm 36. 36-year-old brother owned the damn Chick-fil-A across the street, bro. That's just motivation. And I'm 46. Mm-hmm. So that was motivation. He had the super chocolate wife, super fine sister. And they was in there just working out, and he owned a Chick-fil-A across the street. I go into the subway down the street from my house, and I'm talking to a lady. She asking me about the food or whatever. Like, yeah, it's cool, this. She leave. Then I'm asking a young chick in subway, like, hey, that's your manager or whatever. She was like, nah, that's the owner. That's the owner. Like, her and her husband own the place. I'm like, dang, all right, black people owning things. So, sisters got boutiques. The sisters own, they own beauty supplies now. They making moves. Brothers making moves too. But it's just where I live at on the southwest side, I see, like, I live where there's no white people. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just all black people, nice neighborhood. I got Nigerians live across the street. I got Jamaicans live across the street, but I live, like, one side of the street is single family homes, and then my side of the street is townhouses. So I live around a bunch of women, bro, just sisters, And then on the other side of the street is brothers with their families, with the kids and all that. But my side is women. Mm-hmm. So it's just a black community, man. It's all black around here. It's nice. To me, I mean, most areas down here, black people are heavily involved in business. I mean, the gay stuff, man, you got, they got their areas. And it's just so happened that when you come down here, like, if you go to any city, I think, like, even in Chicago, man, the gay people on the north side, pretty much. That's the heavy population. It's expensive to live up north. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing down here. It seems like they live in neighborhoods where they feel safe.
Okay.
So, down here, they do the same thing. So I don't knock that stuff. That stuff, they in their own neighborhood, they in their own section. But
right,
as far as most of the city, black people make a move. And I wouldn't let, like, the only people that don't have jobs down here is people that don't want to work.
Okay. Let me ask you this, man, because you make a pretty good. We'll talk about the business, Tipsy Tulips. Let me talk about this because we want to build on the main topic.
Okay.
What kind of business is Tipsy Tulips, and who is the client that typically? Because it's high end, right? Talk to me about what Tipsy Tulips does, And let's talk about the customer base and what you discovered. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So basically when me and Sister Ingrid got into business, this is her homemade recipe. This is everything is her. This is her homemade recipe. She is literally a genius. And I just felt like what she brings to the table and what I bring to the table is advertising, putting things in the street, getting on this platform. So she said, okay, go ahead, do your thing. What I did was I started, I was meeting girls. So I'm talking to the girls about it that I met when I was down here dating or whatever. And I'm asking them about the hair salons, where they go to. Started off like Jody, pretty much. I set up things with sisters and hair salons, the owners. I met owners and set things up with them. Came in with gloves and, dressed nice, fresh. And, I had everything professional and just came in, bags to wrap all the cupcakes up and I started off right there, just women. And what I would do, I would come in the shop and just give the owner one. Just let her try them and just show them how to eat them. And then she would go, she'd just go crazy. How much are these? That's the next thing she's going to say automatically. How much are they? Tell her how much they are, and they, man, start selling out. And most of the clients are women. I mean, for the most part, I deal with a lot of, it goes word of mouth, Instagram, sisters hold it down. I mean, they've been holding me down as far as real estate agents. They would pass the word on to bankers, lawyers. So high-end sisters. I mean, I guess BGS would call them.
And your internet's breaking up a little bit. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on like a cell phone?
I'm on cell phone.
Your cell phone, but it's kind of Are you on the Wi-Fi in your house? Maybe, I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see if it get, because it's good here and there, but it's in spots. But let me ask you this: I know in your business, it is most women like desserts and stuff like that. So obviously, I understand this is more of a female type of business. But what you discovered, though, Brother Craig, is that if you're a black man and you want to go into business at large, no matter what it is, you have to cater. Most brothers are going to be catering to black women.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Most definitely.
Why is that?
Hey, man, they don't judge when they spend.
What do you mean by that?
And I mean, they don't judge you when they spend, bro. Sisters do not. If you present yourself right and, you firm with what you're doing and you believe in yourself and what you're doing, they're going to spend the money with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. With brothers, you got to kind of, and I definitely don't want to disparage the brothers.
Right.
They're starting to come around.
Yes,
but in the beginning, man, it was like a fight, man. It's like a fight with them. Like, man, you see what I'm doing? For instance, I was in a barbershop one day and, I'm selling them in the barbershop. The barbers are cool. They cool. And so they would buy them for their wives or whatever, girlfriends, this and that. And one day I was in there, this dude, his daughter was in there with him. And I had kids' cupcakes that day. So she looking at the cupcakes like, they so pretty, I want one. And she telling her dad, like, Daddy, I want one. Like, give me one. And he just he looking at me like, like, nah. He just like, he kind of like, nah, man. He telling her, no, you can't have one. And so I'm looking at him. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just looking at him. I mean, man, you fresh to death, bro. You got $4 in your pocket, man. But your kid is crying, and for some reason, he just did not want to. The other brothers in there buying the cupcakes. The sisters that's in there, they buying the cupcakes. But this particular dude with the icy chain on, you know what I'm saying? The icy chain dude, for some reason, there was a problem with him. You know what I mean? It's just like, and he didn't do it. And when the little girl started crying, I wasn't going to give her one just because of that. I know you got $4. And so, and then when he left, and when he left, the barbers was like, man, that was weird. I was like, I couldn't bend. I told my man, I was like, I couldn't bend on that though, because he got it. He just didn't want to do it because it was me. I don't know, like, you know, it might have been
Okay.
angry. Maybe it would have been different or something. You know, I don't know, but you can't, and that happens a lot. Like, but go ahead.
No. Keep going. I'm sorry. What happens a lot?
But that happens a lot with different things when brothers trying to do stuff. Like, instead of them, like, I seen brothers that's hustlers, you know, that they would open clothing stores, they would do different stuff. Nice spots. You know, the Marathon store was a pretty nice spot. They would open spots, and the brothers won't come in there. You know what you got to do if you want to really make your store pop off? You gotta have female, you gotta have sisters clothes in there. You gotta have women clothes in there. It's just like, I don't know what it is, man. They just rather have a polo on. They'd rather have a Gucci. They'd rather wear that instead of, I don't know what it is, why, but that's just what it is. If you want to make your money, yeah, you can have your men's clothes in there, but you will see a lot of dudes now in the neighborhoods that open stores, they just start selling polo. Like, you know, if they want to make money. But, you know, if you put female clothes in their sisters, that sisters like, then they'll bum rush you, bro. And it's convenient too. They'll bum rush you. So, I mean, they'll straight cash mob you every time. So you got to think about, like, sometimes, you know, again, I'm not disparaging nobody. I'm just saying from what I see. It's not, you know, it's not trying to hit nobody upside the head or nothing, but it's just what I see. You know, when it comes to the community, I mean, in Atlanta, it's different. You know, in Atlanta, it's kind of a little different. It's just because it's just Black people. So you kind of, you know, wherever you go, you never know who owns what. But a lot of times, just from what I see, man, if you're going to be the leader of the community, you got to be the people that spend the most in. You know, that's like a part of leadership to me. Is you got to spend in the community and make it grow. You know, you can't have the brother down the street that they just opened up his tire shop, and then because he made one mistake, you know what I'm saying? Now you don't never want to go back to him. You got to just explain to him what he did wrong. He might be on the fly with it. He might, you know, he got to learn too. By making mistakes, it's got to be a trial and error thing like anything else. So you can't, you know, I see, you know, brothers open up sandwich spots, and they would, you know, they wouldn't get a lot of business, man. It's like, wow, man. It's like, maybe I didn't put another napkin in the bag or something, but it'd be something real simple, man. And, you know, one mistake, bro, with Black people, sometimes with the brothers, sometimes with other brothers, you know, it's one mistake, man. And I just, you know, for me, and that's just what I see. It might not be that in every case. I know it's not, but just sometimes in doing business, you will hear other brothers, especially like, you know, like us, we're a grassroots business, bro. Just me and my friend that we, you know, we call each other sister and brother. I think she amazing. I think she dope. She a Black woman. So, you know, that's the reason why sometimes even I ease up on the roast and trying to roast people on the, you know, on YouTube, just joking around. Cause then sometimes I even have to think like, man, these are my clients. These people, you know, sister's not that bad. They spending money, you know, especially, you know, the 92 octanes. You know, I mean, I do paint and smoke events. We do sisters that have book clubs. We do, you know, man, baby showers, everything. So, and they contribute the most, you know. So a lot of times when, you know, they helping businesses grow, they see what they doing when they spend the money. Even the sisters down here that own the beauty supplies, I mean, hey, the sisters blow them up. It's not just the Koreans getting that bread, you know. So you know, you got to look at it like that. It can't just be the barbers, you know. It can't just be the barbers and, you know, getting the money. You know, brothers wearing this and that, but it's real designers down here in Atlanta that's coming with that heat as far as them clothes. But you never, you know, you never see brothers with it. You just see them with the white boy stuff on. So that's all I'm saying. You can blow them up, blow that up.
Let me ask you this. You make a good point when we was on the phone that a lot of brothers complain about the Black community. But they're not in the community that spending money like Black women are, in your opinion.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a dynamic, man. It's the leadership. If you want to be a leader, that pay the cost to be the boss thing, that's real. That's real. You got to be the breadwinner of your home. You got to be the breadwinner of the community the same way. It's just that simple. You got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Mm-hmm.
The brothers are the ones that go out and provide for families, this and that. So you can't let the sisters be out in the community spending the most money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be out there doing it too. So when brothers go into business, sometimes when they using their mind, like even with Tipsy Tulips, I sat back and thought, like, all right, I got this bread, I got a little bit of bread, I got, some mutual funds and stuff, and some 401k stuff from work. What am I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of these college dudes, man. I'm not, I'm just a dude that went to work. I hustled in the street. And, got jammed up and ended up getting locked up, back in the 90s. And I learned how to weld in prison. And I came home and I got a job and I kept welding, bro. I just never looked back. I never been arrested after that. So I spent 15 years at the same job. And so I don't really know all of that college stuff. I just know how to make things happen in the street. And so I felt like with Ingrid not being in tune to the street, she more like the college sister with the business background. She drew up our contracts for us to be 50-50 partners. And, she did that. But the part where the money comes in is me. I make the money. I go out in the street, put the product in the street. She produced the product. And we just so happen to be a good team. So I just look at it like brothers gotta, a lot of brothers when they thinking and they got extra bread to try to invest in something, a lot of smart brothers, they kind of look to us like what Black women want because they are gonna spend without asking. I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's an example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like one time back in the day when I was hustling and I was selling herb, I used to sell herb to a lot of chicks. And there's one girl, she told me she was super fine, Cali girl in Chicago, super fine. And she told me one day, she said, the reason why I be coming to you is because you don't be hitting them, And I said, nah, I'm just trying to keep it business with you. I know you get that enough. So, but her whole thing is just, she came to me just because I kept it straight up with her. It was about business. She just wanted to spend her money and go.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to, she don't want nobody hitting on her. She just wanted her herb, spend her money and go. It wasn't no trying to talk me down or, I'm short this and that. It wasn't none of that. Sisters just want to spend their money and go, no matter what it is. If they like it, they're gonna, how much is it? Oh, okay. The cupcakes, $50. Cool, here. It's not a, man, you're killing me, fam. You're killing me. It ain't none of that. When
no,
I'm gonna go again to you this time, Joe, but you're not gonna be upside there, Joe.
No, that's true. We be doing that, man.
Sisters not on that, fam. They be like, how much, because we got the cupcakes. Some of them are $45, some of them are 50, and our cobblers are 40. So, they kind of high end. They not real high end. They kind of competitive with custom cupcakes that's down here. But we got that added incentive with the homemade recipe of Sister Ingrid Judge, the beast in the kitchen. So we feel like that we got a good product. And sisters appreciate the presentation. They appreciate the delivery. We deliver in a metro Atlanta area. And they appreciate that. Sometimes if it's close to me and they on the south side where I'm at, then I just be like, I don't charge them for gas or nothing like that, but they still tip. Like, they still tip hard, And a lot of it is just because I don't hit on them and I just look presentable and just do my thing. Just keep it business. So
let's talk about the being professional because, you are, being a professional vendor and stuff. But let's talk about, before we get back to those tips, right, and about the business, you did say that Black men, and I've noticed this on the internet, in the internet spaces, on social media, a lot of people neglect the black male customer base, but you have realized that the black men we are getting better at supporting each other.
We are definitely getting. Hey, I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. I mean, I'm saying this because that's how it was in the beginning, and that's how it. It's still gonna be like that sometimes. Where brothers kind of, they see you kind of fly and you doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
They just might. You know what I'm saying? But most brothers I'm seeing now,
Mm-hmm.
especially like on my Instagram, we take orders through my DM as well. So a lot of brothers are stepping up and saying, "Hey, these cupcakes kind of fly, bro. My girl let me get an order of those. All right, man, when you need them." And then what I try to tell them is, I'll be like, "Look, man, you want your girl to have them at work? Like, yeah, okay, well, give me your address and I'll deliver them at work. I'm gonna be fly and make you look like a boss."
Okay.
You got to just holler at us, bro. Just brothers come and check us out, and we do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I had dudes in Chicago hit me up, and I deliver cupcakes to their girls down here in Atlanta. So, we here. It's just you just got to shop with us. Don't let the sisters outdo you on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like in the community, far as in the community,
Right.
because sisters will go. If they see a brother with a little tire shop and they get a nail, sisters kind of cheap when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So they will just go to the little tire shop down the street and they'll flood them instead of, brothers might be like, and they be over there, but they don't do it right or whatever. And I'm gonna go out here, these white boys not gonna, so the sisters, they'll go in their little community for little stuff like that. Sisters will not, they not trying to go to Goodyear. They'll go get their little tire fixed down the street at the little local joint and you'll go down there and it'll be other women in there.
Okay.
It'll be other women in there. So you have to, little mechanics in the hood that do a good job in the community. They do a job, a nice clean shop where sisters can be in their waiting room and chilling, watching their little TV shows. Man, they're gonna be down there. They're gonna be down there. So
let me ask you this, because you are basically using your skills in the streets. You go into the beauty salons, you go into all these different places, because you're like me in a lot of ways. Like we from you older than me, but we're from the generation that if you want to make things happen, you got to be out there in front of the people to make it happen.
Most definitely.
You can't rely on social media. We got to be out where be out and people know you in the street.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you got to be able to like I started out, what I did, here's a funny story. I was talking to this girl in a cigar bar, and she was like, "Yeah, I heard about the cupcakes, this and this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get like 4 salons that I can go to once a month. So I won't burn myself, so I won't burn the salon up, just like flooding them all the time. If I get 4, then I can go once a month on Saturday, each Saturday." So I'm telling her about that. And she's like, "Yeah, my salon is 30-something studios and this and this." And she told me the name of the spot. So when I Googled it, and I Googled the wrong name. It was a place called Studio Salons. I Googled Salon Studios. But either way, I called, I asked for the stylist. Clearly, I'm talking to a white man. And he was like, "There's no stylist here by that name." So I go into my whole thing. I'm Craig Harper from Tipsy Tulips. And we have an alcohol-infused pastry company. And I wanted to maybe come there and pass out some samples. I'm a pretty professional guy and this and that. And he was like, "Oh, alcohol-infused pastries. Wow, we like that kind of stuff here. When do you want to come?" Mm-hmm. So I'm like, "Well, it's Friday." So I'm trying to set it up for Saturday. I really was trying to call the other spot, but I got this dude on the line, so let me see what's up. So I said, "Well, I can come tomorrow." What's the good time? He said, "Come around 1. It'll be packed, and I can't wait. This and this. I'll tell my receptionist and the manager that you're coming, and they'll be here waiting for you, sir." I'm like, "Damn, okay, cool." Next day, I got the cupcakes ready. I got the strawberry margarita Patron cupcakes. I got the carrot cupcakes baked and infused with Hennessy. I got a nice variety. I got the red velvet cupcakes baked and infused with Hennessy with the cherry butter frosting, got those. And let me go out here and see what's up. So I go to Buckhead. It's in Buckhead. I go to Buckhead. It's like this super fly. I mean, like super fly salon, bro, up in Buckhead. So I'm like, kind of nervous. But I go in, a white lady there. And she was like, "Are you Craig?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got my freezer bag with me. I got the napkins, my backpack with the napkins and the bags and the tumblers, and everything, cards. I'm ready to roll. So gloves, I'm good." And she was like, "Okay, we're gonna let you set up right here on this table, this and that, and you can." And she said, "But I'm not gonna let you." She was like, "I'm not gonna let you walk through the place. I'm gonna go tell everybody that you're here, and then they'll come up." And I'm like, "Okay, damn, I don't know if I want to do it." I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to kind of walk around and just kind of, knock on the doors or whatever. Because this building, it's a big building, and it's like they have it where it's studios. It's a bunch of studios in a big building. They're real plushed out. So each stylist has their own studio, no matter what she doing or he, because there was some brothers in there doing hair or whatever, but they a couple of barbers in there. But they all have their own spot, their own little studio. It's pretty dope. And she was like, I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, damn, they're not gonna come up if she just go tell them. Like, if she just walk around and say, "Hey, I got this guy up here with these cupcakes." I'm thinking, damn, they not seeing me. I'll be wanting people to see me so they can see the humbleness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They can smell the cologne. They can, they can see the humbleness, smell the cologne, and see the fresh cut or whatever, and just see who I am. And but unfortunately, like all the women came up, like all of them. I looked up, there was a line of women standing there. They all looking at the cupcakes. They bought me out like in about a half an hour. I didn't have nothing. I said, dang, okay. Left the owner some free cupcakes, gave the manager some free cupcakes. And it was good. Now I'm still doing business with these people,
Okay.
And so yeah, that was a good deal. So I double backed and still ended up going to the other girls' salon, and I still kind of do business with them too. So
okay,
that was a good deal.
let me ask you this, because seems like you have a really good skill set of setting up people and convincing people to let you come in and do this product. How do you
No, you know what I do?
how do you do this?
No.
Tell us how
I'm
you
gonna
do this.
stop you.
Go ahead.
No, I want to cut you off. I don't really have a good skill set. What I do have is just balls enough to just put the product out there, and I believe in what we're doing. Man, the cupcakes and the cobblers are dope. I just put it on them. That's all. I don't have to say that much. If I come in with samples, I put myself in a proper position to pass out the samples. Once I pass out the samples, it's a wrap. I just believe in what we're doing. I believe in the product.
How do you have it? How do you get? I mean, no homo, right? But you have enough balls to just put the product out there. There are a lot of talented businesses that probably are like yours. They don't have the balls, and that's probably where you. How do you get these? You were not in this business before. You were a welder. Put it all on the line on this. What keeps you? What gives you the balls to do this every day? How do you get this?
My money being invested, one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's one. And basically, when you in the street back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, everybody tried to do the same thing. And, it was trying times back then. So everybody would always try to do the same thing. I worked back then. I was a busboy when I was in high school. And when I got out in the street and started hustling, I actually started hustling off of people from my job. And so I just always was good at, saying, "Hey, I got this." That's all it was. It was just some people are scared to get told no. Some people feel embarrassed to just walk up to a person and say, "Hey, I got these cupcakes." I mean, dudes selling cupcakes, but when the brothers taste them, they be like, "Yeah," so I'm just, you got to have the balls to be told no. You got to have the balls to kind of, not be scared to get embarrassed, to kind of some sisters, I walked up to certain sisters and they be like, I don't want that shit, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead.
Right.
But hey, you go right to the next one. You know what I'm saying? You go right
Right.
to the next one. And then when she tasted, it's like, oh, they so good. And then you look back at the one that dissed you and like, you see what I'm saying? You didn't try it, so my sister a beast, man, the hot oven,
Right.
Sister Ingrid, you know what I'm saying? So like we do fest. I'm gonna tell you a story about a fest. It's this fest and we're doing it next month. Actually,
Okay.
it's in May. It's called the Caribbean Wine Fest.
Okay.
This was like the first, like, I'm doing the thing in the salons, and Ingrid come at me like, hey, you want to do a fest? I'm like, yeah, I'm down, I'm with it. So we take the money that we've been making and, put the money down on the fest. Everything is just reinvest, reinvest, reinvest. We both work, so we just dump everything.
Mm-hmm.
But so we sign up for this fest. We put our whole menu out there. Like we put the whole menu out there. We get our tents, we got our tables, we got our little things set up, we got our coolers and stuff. So we ready. We got our credit card swipers, we ready to go. This fest is it's a wine fest and they have all these different, vendors, Jamaican vendors out there, Haitian vendors, and all these, with all this different kind of food. The band's banging. It's on the east side too. If anybody listening from Atlanta, it's on the east side in Stone Mountain. You can Google that, the Caribbean Wine Fest, and it's like I think it's like $30 to get in, but you get a bottle of wine as you come in. You get tickets, you get a bottle of wine, get some tickets for food, whatever. Bands is dope though, and she was like, "It's our first fest," so we talked about it. We made up a game plan. She like, okay, how you want to do it? Like, you take the left side of the table, I take the right side. You take everybody with the credit cards, and I got change on me for everybody, so I'll take the cash.
Okay.
And she like, okay, let's do it. We go out there, we set up. So I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at this is a woman that I know very well. You know what I'm saying? So if something's going on with her, I can just look at her and tell.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what's up, sis? She's like, what you mean? I'm like, you don't look right. What's wrong? The cupcakes are dope. What's wrong? What's up? And she's like, I just don't know if they gonna like them or not. I'm like, I've been putting these in the street. I got to give her a pep talk. I've been putting these in the street. We've been making money. I believe in what we're doing. These cupcakes are dope. They're going to buy them. Trust me. So she's like, okay, all right. But I got to go to the Dollar Tree real quick. I'll be right back. So I'm like, okay, leave the credit card swipe. She's like, okay. So she leave the square. She go to the Dollar Tree. I put the cupcakes on the table and just kind of start walking around. And I'm telling sisters, because it's a wine fest, it's hardly no dudes there. It's just women everywhere. It's all of these Jamaican women, African, Haitian women, sisters, American ADOS sisters. It's all of these women, hardly no dudes. So I'm just walking up to women with our cards. I'm like, we over here, we got alcohol infused cupcakes, this and this. You should come check us out. Come on, ladies, come on over, come on over. So they come over. By the time Ingrid got back from the Dollar Tree, I made $100. She came back and it was just a crowd of women there. And I'm like, here, start working. Here, start working. Grab your gloves and start working. But, and that's from her being scared, I understood, like, she didn't want to fail. She didn't want to fail. And, sometimes that's what a good partner do. We pull you to the side, like, look, I'm not scared. Don't worry about it. These things are going to go. And if they don't sell, like I told her, if they don't sell, I just hit the salon this weekend. Coming up, we'll freeze them up, hit the salon this weekend, and I'll knock them off like that. So, reassurance, man. And we sold out, I don't know, man. We sold 200 cupcakes in 2.5 hours. I called Char Willie after that, like, we killed them. You know what I'm saying? But, man, we knocked it out. And that was our first fest. And we start, like, after that, other vendors start coming up to us that day. They giving us cards like, hey, you want to work this? You want to work this? Y'all got a dope product, blah, blah, blah. So we pick and choose our spots. We just don't work anything. But we do whatever. I mean, you know, baby showers, wedding receptions, we come through, set our tables up, make it dope for you. Everything's custom. So it's kind of crazy being in business with a Black woman too, with just a straight up sister that's your partner, because you know,
without the
we bump heads a little bit.
let's talk about that, because you know, here in the manosphere, man, we never and do me a favor, for everybody, we have 230 people watching right now. You know, we got a brother, man, that's a entrepreneur, man, that's gonna give some tips, and then we're gonna talk more about Tipsy Tulips. Some of you have already asked, where can you order? tipsytulips.com. So that's what the website is, and we'll shout out his Instagram. We got 234 people watching. You guys know I am very big on Black male businesses, right? I'm very big on Black male entrepreneurs. So do me a favor and get the likes up for the brothers out there, because you know, when we have more brothers out that are doing things, and we can build more of a network, we can help our people get money. You know, he's an African American, he's one of us, so you know, I love to see our people doing very well. So let's get the likes up on the videos, brother, if we can, because we're here with a very talented brother. Let me talk about this, because you have the sense to know that you're in business, a strict business partner, and then also you have a business partner, and there's no, funny business going on, and then also you dealing with these women, man, that are attractive in Atlanta. You know, a lot of these women are high powered, they're single. I mean, I know you got the
92 octane.
92 octanes. How do you deal with, man, not with holding back, wanting to get some of that good stuff from them, their cupcakes, if you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're professional and not putting their business in danger.
Man,
how do you deal with that struggle as a brother that's dealing with mostly women in this particular sort of business as a vendor?
You know what? It's a lot. I promised Ingrid first I wouldn't, but you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, that's almost in our contract. But I just think about, look, I tried it once. You know, I tried it once. I won't lie. I tried it once. And the girl, I met her I sold her cupcakes, and then I kind of dated her a little bit after that. And that's how I met her. So, you know, the whole thing was, we cool, everything's cool. But every time I walk out the door to go sell cupcakes, you see what I'm saying? It's a problem, because that's how I met her. So she always thinking I'm on one.
Let's talk about that again. That's
She
interesting.
always thinking that I'm on one. So I would have to, and that didn't work. Like, it got to the point where I was like, all right, because I'm tired of arguing and fighting with you. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't, so that didn't work. And after that, I said, I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. I'll never talk to a customer. And so with keeping that in mind, after a while, you just keep it business. They fly. I mean, they, kind of successful, so they can kind of tell that you just keeping it business. They can tell that you fly, you fly, but you're not trying to hit on them. You just keeping it business. They can tell, so they'll talk to you. They'll tell you stuff, man. They be telling me stuff. The 92 octane sisters, they be telling me stuff. 87s, they talk to me about certain things. But yeah, it's I meet some dope sisters, bro. I meet some dope sisters. I meet a lot of sisters that own businesses.
Okay.
I meet a lot of sisters that own salons. I meet a lot of sisters. I met a couple of sisters that own beauty supply stores. The sisters that own salons, sometimes they call on Wednesday and be like, hey, I want to place an order for Saturday, just for the clients. Just to have in the shop for the clients. The shops be super fly, man. I mean, you got sisters out here that's putting it down. Mm-hmm. I met the president of Bank of America.
Right.
I met her once.
Okay.
And she was super dope, super chocolate, short, real dope, nice body. She had one son, 12 years old, lived in Buckhead, no man, big body Jag in the garage, mini mansion, like, she was just super fly. She was real cool. When I chopped it up with her, she had a book, they do the book review thing once a month, her and her girlfriends. It's just A room full of super fly sisters, man. They order cupcakes, drink wine, and chop it up about the book. And I'm talking to her one day, and I was telling her, like, yeah, I know it's kind of hard being a Black woman in that corporate thing with them banks. And she was like, yeah, it is what it is, but I'm more interested in Tipsy Tulips and how you guys got started. This is really unique.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay. It just amazed me because, she can kind of tell how I come off that I'm a street dude, but I'm not a street dude. So she was just kind of impressed with that. Just this is something grassroots, and that I'm doing it with a Black woman. And, she was impressed. She talked to me for about half an hour about that, just us. She was talking to me about us. I was like, man, this cool chick. And it's just, I don't know if brothers be knowing how cool certain sisters is just because of the position that they in or the position that they hold as far as what they do every day. Man, when a lot of sisters, when they off work, man, they off work, and they be pretty cool. 92, I'm talking like 92 octanes. Or maybe it's just because I'm not trying to hit on them or whatever, but to me, the girls in Atlanta that's getting money and doing their thing, when I meet them, we got custom cupcakes. A lot of sisters like fly things when they got bread. When they making bread, they like fly things. They want uniqueness, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're that. And so when you meet them, man, they be cool. I met a girl and we super cool. She owns a mobile cigar bar. And she got she got a humidifier in a cigar lounge too. So she get money. She called us during the Super Bowl. We made her some custom Patriots cupcakes, and she do business with us all the time. She on my Instagram too. But she like a power chick. She a power businesswoman, but she's super cool. Like super cool. I know girls that own, I know a lot of real estate agents that buy cupcakes that for their open houses, they buy cupcakes to put in the kitchen at their open houses, cobblers, they do all of that. So, and the word spreads around. It spread around the power sisters, which I call them, 92 octane, 87 octanes, just sisters that's getting bread pretty much. The girls that do hair, that own salons, and sisters that own boutiques, and they, sisters that make clothes, that make their own clothes. They're little designers down here, and they sell their stuff. Those sisters, to me, I call them street chicks. To me, those are street chicks. Those are girls that didn't go to college, and they made their own way. They learned the craft, and they ended up being a super businesswoman down in Atlanta. So those are street chicks.
Okay.
Those are,
Let me ask you this, because, the manosphere, man, when we think about this new market that we're in, we don't think about doing business. At least the businesses that Black men have are mostly in like stuff like trucking. Shout out to all my trucking brothers out there. I got a big trucker following. I have trucker wars.
Oh yeah, shout out to all the truckers.
Yeah, truckers be holding it down. We have a lot of brothers into tech. I think those are most of the manosphere guys are, either in some form of medical field that I know, trucking, tech guys, some type of stuff like that, arts and stuff. I mean, digital tech or something like that. You are probably the first brother that I've ever met that has a business that has a big female-based clientele. Shout out to Brother Pharaoh Evans, is my brother out there. He moderates the BGS too. Let me ask you this, man. For brothers who are getting into an industry that requires, some women in it, what advice would you give, brothers as entrepreneurs, how to do well in these particular markets like you're doing well? What are some of the things that you think are the most important?
I think if you're doing anything like, if you like designing clothes or something, like anything that you do that's geared towards women, the one thing that they tell me about, about Sister Ingrid, when she whip up the cupcakes, her having a homemade recipe, making a homemade frosting, that's one thing. I mean, the cupcakes are fire, but the one thing they say is they love the presentation. I think sisters are You know, when it comes to presentation, that hold a lot of weight. That hold a lot of weight. How you put something in front of them and what it looks like
Okay.
when you put it in front of them. You know, so I would say always work on your presentation when you're dealing with Black women, and have patience, man. Have patience. You know, you got to have patience. You got to be able to deal with, like, okay, like even at that, okay, I'm gonna give you an example of how me and Sister Ingrid, like how our thing, how it works. That day at the Caribbean Fest last year, we did it twice last year. It was this one sister, she came up. Um, it's like her and two of her girls, and they older sisters in their 40s, but real pretty, like real pretty. They was Jamaican. They had the accent. So the one she's telling Ingrid, like, now they've been drinking wine. There's wine everywhere. This is the wine festival. They out there drinking. They walking around with glasses and bottles, and they got their blankets and picnic baskets, and it's just women, and there's brothers out there with their wives. But I called my boys like, y'all missed it, dude. Y'all missed a good opportunity. But they one girl rolled up, the sister rolled up, and she said, I want to taste one before I buy it. Now it's like a crowd of people around our table, bro. It's 20 people standing there. And she's like, I want to try one before I buy them, this and this. And Sister Ingrid is like, nah, I'm not. Sister Ingrid is not, she's not, she's more of a business behind the scenes. She's more strictly paperwork. She's more strictly itemizing this and doing that. She's more strictly paperwork. So she don't understand anything but the bottom line, and that's this, the profit. But I try to explain to her that you gotta have patience with the public when you're dealing with sisters. You deal with your friends are a upper level type of sister. These sisters are 87 octanes. They out here drinking, having a good time. They kind of on that level. So, the sisters they at a wine festival. They've been drinking. Me, I deal with them on a regular basis where she's in the kitchen and I'm in the streets. You see what I'm saying? So she's not used to what I'm used to going through. So I seen her get mad. I seen her kind of get mad, and I just went over there like, okay. I stepped to her like, listen, if I give you this cupcake for free and you love it, you're going to buy a half dozen from me, yes? She was like, if I love this cupcake, I'm going to buy a half dozen, but I just want to taste it 1st. Again, I believe in what we're doing. She wanted a pineapple Ciroc cupcake.
Pineapple Ciroc cupcake.
Yeah, she wanted to try one of the pineapple Ciroc cupcakes.
Okay.
With the butter pineapple frosting. She wanted that one.
Okay.
So I looked at Ingrid. I said, no, I got it. It's cool. Go ahead. I got it. And so I gave it to her, showed her how to eat it. She bit into it. She was like, okay, I want a half a dozen. Then she went and got her girls that she was with, and they bought half dozen. But see, and then Ingrid was like, after later on that night, we was toasting it up because that was like our first festival or whatever. Toasting it up. And she said, yeah. She was like, I respect how you get down. She was like, because I was ready to smush that cupcake in the lady's face. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with them like you got to deal with them differently. She been drinking and they partying and they having fun, and she a Jamaican lady and she just talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
so she basically could have lost the customer and
you could have lost. We would have, you know what I'm saying? Because she's more business. Ingrid is more, let me get the contracts drew up. Let me do this. Our business proposal. If we stay ready, we don't have to get ready. She's that chick. But, this was her, like, well, my bad. I go backtrack. This was our second time doing that fest. But the first time she just kind of understood, like, okay, this is what he do. This is what he do. And so it's just a certain way that you got to deal with sisters, when they drinking and they having fun, you got to kind of, just let that slide, and, they might do something that, but they still going to spend their money if they like what you got. If it's the presentation is dope, the product is dope, they going to spend it, so you just got to have a little patience, man. And it's money. And I want to say this too about the brothers. The brothers be spending too.
Okay.
But, and I will say this, I want to say this. It's the tech guys. It is like the truck driver dudes. It's them.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
dudes that I've been trying to reach for the longest, man. I got a doctor that orders cupcakes from me all the time now. He's 35 years old. He's a surgeon, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters, I know brothers like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Samuels, he knows me very well. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He knows us. When he come in town, we got an Airbnb, me and Ingrid split. We business partners all the way around. We just that's my family. So when Kevin come in town, he stayed at our Airbnb. He tasted the cupcakes. I've asked Kevin for advice when I sent Kevin cupcakes. I've sent Angry Man cupcakes. Angry Man talks about them all the time. Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Kevin. I said, man, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? And he told me. He broke it down like you need to do this, and this, and you need to reach out to Bloom, blah blah blah. Something that he actually charged people for. He showed love and just hit me with that game.
Mm-hmm.
So the manosphere, like the upper echelon, the upper crust brothers, hey man, y'all gotta work with us, man. We here, we working, we trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So just, sometimes we need that game from Kevin Samuels. Sometimes we need that from BGS because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know all those big words, man. I come from cop flip stack, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how I run Tipsy Tulips. I mean, to be dead honest with you, I run it like I'm still in the street hustling.
Mm-hmm.
But with my sister, she keeps it business wise. Like, boom, we got to itemize this. These are the supplies we spend this, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Handle that. Here's the money. Bank account, boom, everything's cool. I let her handle that while I get out here and go get this bread. But
Mm-hmm.
I reach out to like brothers like Kevin Samuels. I reached out to him. I told BGS in comments, man, sometimes I can't understand all the big words, but you know, but I be needing that help sometimes, like with little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you are advertising guru, man, don't turn me down just because I'm a street dude. I'm trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I get at the sisters. So don't, we need them. We need to work together. And when they see us trying to do something, don't look at what I've been through, man. Look at what I'm doing, and help me. If I ask you something, help me, bro. Because I do this all the time. I help people with advice. If I reach out to you, man, I'm not the type, and that's another thing too. I'm not the type of dude that's scared to reach out to younger dudes,
Mm-hmm.
younger brothers. Older brothers, they're my OGs. I feel like they gonna work with me regardless. But I'm not scared to reach out. Like I go to work every day. I work a 9 to 5 too, welding every day. My boss a 35-year-old black dude. I respect him like he's 50. Just because he been showing me what to do with my mutual funds. I'm like, so it's a different thing, man. We can't be out here, taking dumps on each other, and we supposed to be a part of the manosphere. The manosphere is supposed to be like the ultimate networking tool for black men.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what background you come from. If you a dude that's got a master's degree in advertising or something that can help me, man, don't look at me just because I went through this and that. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me right now, bro.
Right.
Don't deny me the knowledge that you know, man. Don't stunt my growth, fam. You know. So
No, man, I agree, and I got some people saying, shout out to brother Young Jim. I bought half a dozen on Friday, brother Pharaoh. So we're gonna be working with the brother, man. I definitely know that the Ciroc cupcakes. I wish I could. I'm in Africa, but
so
I do
no,
got.
what I wanted to do too, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pick somebody. Pick a sister. Pick a cutie, man. Pick a cutie and tell her we're gonna ship her a cobbler on us.
Okay. Okay.
On behalf of me and sister Ingrid and O'Shea. Pick somebody and tell them to they can come to the Instagram and go to my DM and let me know, and I'll get their info and I'll ship them out a cobbler next week. We're gonna be shut down this week, fellas. We shut down. We announced it on Instagram. I posted that. I think I posted it today. I posted that we're gonna be shut down. We're taking a break for a week. It's Sister Ingrid's birthday, and then I think she's going to Cuba. She's leaving for Cuba this week, so we're gonna jump it back off next week, and get everything back rolling next week when she get back.
So I'll tell
the
you what I'm
orders
gonna
that
do.
we
Well, before you do that, I'll match the order. I'm gonna get one for the brothers. Right, I'll sponsor one of the brothers. So I'll take. Let's see.
Okay, I'll take the sister. You take the brother. Let's do it. They $40.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. So
now, what we got Apple Crown Royal Cobbler, and then we got Bourbon Peach Cobbler.
Okay,
we do two, man. We do two. When Sister Ingrid get back, we'll have a whip up two, and we'll send them out. And let some people.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. My boy CACA, right? He wanted to know if they ship. He been with me for a minute. Craig. CACA is gonna get mine. I'm gonna send the $40 to you, and you tell CACA where you want him to send it, and then the women, you know what I mean, and then well, you know, I don't really have too many, but all right. The first.
Hey, bro, hold on 1 second, man. My neighbor, she been out of town. I grabbed some packages for her real quick. She wanted me to get these. Give her these packages.
All right.
Real fast.
So I guess let me be biased. I'm jealous. Where's one of my moderators at? All right, Ebb. So I'm biased. Right? I'm gonna give one to my moderators. So my moderators, I'm biased. All right. So listen. Fuck y'all. No, I'm just messing with y'all. Hey, my moderator been rocking with me for a minute. So Ebb, you email him, and I'm gonna put it on my brother CACA because he wanted so I'm gonna do that. And then so I want to thank my moderators for always holding us down, man. Something I want to.
What's up with it, bro? How you doing? So man, that's the heavy one right there. Okay. And then you can grab those two. All right. Hey, I'm doing a little interview right now, so you can just come back in. Hey, let this garage door down for me when you leave.
All right.
All right, man. My neighbors is out of town, and people dropping the packages off on them.
Yeah.
All
right. So we're pretty much done, man. So I'll tell you what. Ebb, you email me your your address. All right, and then CACA, wherever you want it to be delivered, brother, because you asked first with the super.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. What he can do is go to the Instagram and jump in the DM and
what's the
we'll hook it up.
Because we want to make sure that
guys, what we do is you can always go to the website and order, but we do the daily we do our daily post on my Instagram, which is Hops HOPS 272.
Okay, HOPS 272. So at HOPS 272. All right, and then CACA, Craig, send me your PayPal, and then I'll get my brother to he wanted somebody to ship it to NYC, so we're gonna.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. You know what? The West Coast is kind of funny, fam. Like that's another thing too. I don't know if that's something we can chop it up about, man. The packaging, how UPS get down, man. It's real funny style with them. I don't know if people know, but when they damage your packages, like they messed up Cobbler's Cupcakes before, and they'll tell you, man, it's a violent work environment. I'm like, how is it a violent work environment, man? I don't know. So you have to kind of be extra with the packing. And the West Coast is kind of funny. They kind of charge more money to go to the West Coast for shipping. But as far as the East Coast, we're good. I never sent anything to New York, but I'm thinking it's good because I sent stuff to Philly, and that was good. The Carolinas is good. Virginia's good. Anywhere in the South is cool. Midwest is cool. Chicago, GI. I'm from there, so I got y'all.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah. And the shipping usually is about $15, family.
Okay. So CACA, don't worry about it. I got everything for you, brother. Go ahead on and just email me CACA, whatever you want. I'm gonna pay Craig for it. Enjoy it. And brother Craig, I'm gonna send me the PayPal. I'm gonna get to the club. I'm almost late for the club. It's about to close, man. I gotta get over here and start tripping.
Let's make it happen. Get to the club, man. Get to the club.
Right. Y'all know I love my moderators, right? I love my moderators. I'm not saying I love them more than anybody else on Black YouTube, but I got my moderator awards, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do it for my moderators, because my moderators always hold me down. So I got them a moderator.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
They time everybody.
Yeah, the mods are cool, man. Your mods are cool.
Yeah. So again, Brother Craig, I thank you for coming over and sharing your knowledge again. We're trying to help the brothers, and you know what I mean. Your tips were excellent today as far as dealing with Black female customers. And so I appreciate you, man. And we'll have them back again.
Hey, man. And I appreciate you too, bro. I got some sales off of you too. It's been people that bought some stuff since you've been holding me down. Same as Angry Man too. Okay. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. We need to do this, when we have grassroots businesses and online businesses. Yeah, man, the networking thing is dope. And I appreciate you. I love you, bro.
Okay. Well, tell you what, you send me the PayPal information. CACA is going to email me, and then I'll that way when he hits you on Instagram, you know exactly who he is. And Ebby, the same thing. All right. And again, brother, I thank you so much. But I gotta get in the shower and go to the club because it's 3:00 in the morning here. And CG3, my big
I ain't mad at you, man.
We're gonna look for you at the Rumble. It starts 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Peace out, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks to everybody for listening to the interview. I hope you gained something from this. See you guys tomorrow on the Rumble. Peace.
Salute.